Okay, this is part 2 of a little video series I'm doing. Part 1 was for external view, and this is for internal view. This is for employees at Blackbaud. My friend Aga Sweda has done a great job on the design of the Louisiana SPCA website, and she asked that I just talk a little bit about the background on that project and how it came about, how we were able to win that opportunity. And you know, it's a great organization. It started really with developing the relationship over time. I've really stuck with this particular job for the last 6 or 7 years because I love the clients that I get to work with. And as you build that relationship over time, you can really dial into understanding them and making the most of any opportunity that pops up. So last year, Rebecca at the Louisiana SPCA called me up and said, hey, we're going to redesign our site. We need to have it ready for 2015. We're going to open our brand new building, and we're going to also be celebrating the 10-year anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. We're going to be getting a lot of attention locally and nationally, and we want to have a site that's responsive for mobile devices, is engaging, and is well integrated with our back-end tools. So we talked through it. They actually went out to bid and got 10 bids and narrowed it down to 3 or 4 vendors. There was a lot of interest in working with a local vendor there. So, you know, as you might imagine, it's a little tough for us here in Charleston to be able to win an opportunity that's got a local presence like that. But for me, what seemed to work is really making sure I understood the priorities, and that's something I do on every project that comes my way. Is just really not just asking someone, you know, do you need mobile optimization? Of course, they're going to say that. But really understanding, for example, integration with your Razor's Edge. How important is that? And I need to know that from a broad perspective, not just the database person, but what does everybody perceive as the priority ranking of that piece? So understanding the priorities and really asking a lot of questions to gauge the prioritization of the project and the different elements of the project for the stakeholders there. That's a question I ask over and over and over again. Where does this rank in the scheme of your priorities for this project or for this coming year? Where does this project rank? What are our perceived competitive advantages? What are the perceived competitive advantages for Blackbaud and the perceived advantages for our competition there locally? So I really worked hard with Rebecca to understand that and make sure that we articulated the things that are different about us. We work only with nonprofits, obviously. I showed them a lot of the sites we've already done, and had them talk with existing clients who've been through a web design project with us. You know, make sure that after a project I stay in touch with customers so that when I need a reference to call on, they're available and are willing to do that. Not only because I've stayed in touch with them, but of course because we did a great job. The design team, Aga, and everybody over there has done a great job for other clients. So that's a good and important one. And then I think probably, well, maybe of utmost importance is really understanding the balance of the budget and the desired outcome. So it's a balance. It's never a cut and dry aspect of an endeavor like this that you're working on. So if somebody says they have a limited budget, but they also say that they really want creative freedom, well, we're going to have to sort through that and just talk candidly with the customer about it. Obviously, the more budget they have, the more freedom they have creatively. Do they want to do a full-blown audience analysis? The folks at Louisiana SPCA found that to be really valuable. So they're launching their new website with great confidence because they've done all the research and analysis to know that they've organized it in a way that's really going to engage their key audiences. And so, so understanding that balance between budget and creative freedom and strategy and design aspects that a customer is looking for has been important in winning a project like that. And then finally, if I were to talk to a client about kind of return on investment scenarios, it's not real cut and dry on a website design project per se, but I still will investigate always how much money are they raising online, and I'll look at their Form 990 on GuideStar to find out their total fundraising. So as a percentage of total fundraising, their online fundraising should be anywhere from 7 to 10%. If they're lower than that, I'm certainly going to say, well, hey, you've got big potential here to take it to the next level. Also, with a lot of our Luminate clients, of course, you'll find they should be raising $12 or $13, maybe $14 per email address. So if they're raising less than that per email address, I'll kind of hone in on that. I know we've got some pretty sophisticated ROI calculators, but for me, it's just simple to look at those two metrics. What percentage of total fundraising is coming in online, and what is the value per email address? So if I look at those two and they're underperforming there, I try not to be too critical of them, but I let them know they've got some untapped potential in those areas. So help them rank their priorities if they haven't already done it, or at least understand how they prioritize things. What are the perceived competitive advantages for us and for the other people that are in the game, and understand that balance of budget versus the desired outcomes they want on the project. Those are my three keys to success on a project like that. So I hope that's helpful. Thanks, Aga and Mike and Catherine and Sam. You guys have done a great job on that Louisiana SPCA project. They are so excited, and I just can't wait to show off that site to all of our other shelter clients and start doing more of these. Thanks.